Hey, welcome. My name's Ellie. I'm an epilepsy sufferer and I make videos on temporal lobe epilepsy, or at least I've made 2 others in the past. I wanted to make a quick update just because it's been requested by a couple of people in the comment section as to where I am now, how my journey is going as at today, Wednesday the 6th of July 2022. So where am I now? I'm currently holding down a very normal job and I've been seizure free for more than 2 years now. Excellent. It's all because of this stuff, Keppra. I don't know if any of you are currently on medication, if you've tried different medications. For me, this was the wonder. Like this worked for me straight away. So yeah, I'm on Keppra, 750 milligrams twice a day. They come in these little pink tablet form, I guess you could say. Varying doses depending on your situation. So for me, I was on, I think I said 1250 in the last video, which was reduced gradually because I found I was having less and less focal seizures. I thought I would be able to reduce it, which I did. I would like to reduce it even further. But for now, yeah, that's my dose. That's what's working for me. I wanted to just let you know that because maybe you're newly diagnosed, maybe you're still looking for a medicine that works for you, and I wanted to just give you a little bit of hope that there are medicines out there that will work for you. You will eventually be seizure free, hopefully, if and when you find that right medication. So for a lot of people, it's just trial and error. It's trying out different things, seeing what works, changing your diet even. There's a lot of things that can help. So yeah, I just wanted to give this little update, brief update, because I did find when I was going through my initial struggle with getting diagnosed that I was finding videos very helpful, the ones on YouTube that I did find in the comment section. But I also found that a lot of the videos I was finding were a little bit older, and so that made me feel a little bit like I was going through it alone, I guess you could say. So to just have an update from me and other people like me to let you know that you're not alone, that there's still people going through this, I think it's helpful. So that's why I wanted to make this video. So maybe you're newly diagnosed, maybe you're trying to become diagnosed. I would say have a look on YouTube for other videos. You can check out my other 2 videos if you want to. I explain a little bit about temporal lobe epilepsy, my experience with it, what happened with me, and what it is essentially. But a quick overview for you if you haven't seen my other videos and you don't care to look. Temporal lobe epilepsy, as it suggests, is epilepsy that starts in the temporal lobe. It might start as a little focal seizure, which I most frequently had before mine turned into the grand mal seizures. For me, focal seizures manifested in a strong sense of deja vu, or jamais vu, someone corrected me in my last video, where it's like I would be redreaming or remembering a dream that I'd had, and it was an overwhelming sense of jamais vu, of feeling as though I'd been in this dream before, and I felt as though the characters in the dream were laughing at me for thinking that this realm is the only realm that exists. As crazy as that sounds to outsiders, or maybe it doesn't sound crazy to you, maybe you're going through that as well. You can imagine how difficult it is if you haven't experienced it yourself, in explaining that to a doctor to try and be taken seriously, because I was brushed off for a long time. I was told that I was having migraines, even one doctor actually laughed at me. So that made that really difficult to then explain to another doctor. But hey, yeah, this is what I would go through when having focal seizures. I'd have this strong sense of jamais vu. I'd feel absolutely elated, but also the opposite of elated at the very same time. So it would be like dysphoric but euphoric, but at the same time. And those are 2 feelings that you shouldn't be able to feel simultaneously, but I did. that's how I would feel during a focal seizure. So I'd get that jamais vu, I'd get the dysphoria, euphoria sensation, and I had these automatisms. So my fiance would call it the cat lick, where I would literally make movements with my mouth. So I go like something like that, along those lines, I'm told. I also tended to rub my hand like this, and for other people that's expressed in different ways. But this is like a really important thing to discuss, because a lot of people have, you know, absent seizures, focal seizures, temporal lobe seizures, what we're talking about now, and people around them don't know what that would look like. Because a lot of people, when you think about epilepsy, you think of the grand mal tonic-clonic seizures, where somebody is on the floor spasming, maybe they're foaming from the mouth, they can vomit, urinate, whatever that might be. But you know, the ones that are commonly associated with epilepsy. I'm really trying to spread awareness now that there are other signs and symptoms, I guess you could say, to be on the lookout for. And if you're an epilepsy sufferer, I would just say to make sure that the people around you are aware as they can be, about your triggers, firstly, and secondly, how you express your seizures. So triggers can be any number of things. For me, that was a lack of sleep, it would be stress, and also, strangely, bumping into people. If I got the feeling that I was going to bump into somebody when I was crossing the road, that would trigger a focal seizure in me. Why? I have no idea. Also, brushing my teeth was one for me. There's something with mirrors, looking in the mirror. Cannot explain it to you. Don't know why that happens. Maybe in the future some scientists can tell me. Right as at now, we don't have much research into epilepsy, unfortunately, so we're just sort of left in the dark to figure it out yourself. So this is why YouTube videos are really, really important. Apologies if my video is like all over the shop with my thoughts, but this is just a bit of like a stream of consciousness as it's coming to me, about epilepsy, temporal lobe epilepsy, especially because although I think about it every day, there's not a day that goes by where I don't think, oh, today could be a day that I have a seizure. I haven't had a seizure in more than 2 years, so it is very much remembering, you know, what I experienced, and recounting that for anybody that might be going through it now. So back to the point about letting people around you know and generating awareness. So before my seizures turned into tonic-clonic grand mal seizures, I did these automatisms with my mouth, with my hand, and people then would know, right, okay, she's going into a seizure. And I think those got worse as my condition progressed. That's another point to note, is that every seizure you have, your brain is teaching itself to do that over and over again, which is just crazy, and a big reason why you should aim to get diagnosed and aim to be on medication if you can be, if that works for you. I know a lot of people in the comment section were saying that they're not happy to be on medication, and I also relate to that. Of course, it's not great to be on medication all the time. I don't want to be, but then again, I need to be right now to be able to hold down a job and, you know, whatever else, not put my health at risk as much. There is a sense with this type of epilepsy that, for me anyway, that I'm privy to some sort of spiritual realm that other people aren't when I have these seizures. And so it's like, why would I take medication to lose that? But when I think about it, I don't have another option. This is our society that we live in. This is what we have to do. Unless you have alternative options, that's great. At the moment, I don't. So yeah, I'm on Keppra. But yeah, that's just a general update for you. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible. So we're at 10 minutes now. If you've got any questions for me, or just any updates on your part, that would be great. Let me know in the comment section.